What if you just love to eat at McDonald's? You just love it. You just go there every day to eat different types of McDonald's food. And yes, I am describing McDonald's, but I mean Reiner Knizia. You just love it.
I just love it.
You're mostly eating that. So logically, what would you like to eat? The top 50. There's got to be a lot of McDonald's games on that.
Just Knizia does what I like in games, which is it's really simple, but it's like this is a simple game to explain. There's barely any rules, but on your turn, you can do one of three things, and you want to do all three of them.
Hey Jude, you made a list. Start with the bad ones. The games get better. Remember to let us into your heart. Top 50 of all time. The games get better. Anytime a game is bad, Matthew, don't be sad. Your friend Dave is here to drop his veto. For well, you know it is your list, so Jude insists. Sometimes great games are a little bit older. Na 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 na.
Hello everyone. You have reached Luzapalooza. My name is Dave Luza, and with me is Matthew Jude. And today we are going through, for the third time in a row, going through Matthew Jude's top 50 of all time board games of all times. So
Board game? Oh no!
I'm sorry, I have to take another list.
I've done musicals. Oh man!
I would love to know what your favorite musicals are. That's another top 10 list. But we're doing 30 up to 21, so we're going over the halfway point here.
Yeah, we are. And I tell you what, some trends are going to start setting in hard in the next few installments.
The first
you'll
one
see.
is a Reiner Knizia game. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's not going to be good.
All right, number 30 is Babylonia by Reiner Knizia.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Babylonia by Reiner Knizia, Dave. You see, it's very similar to other games by Reiner Knizia, such as, frankly, Rebirth. It's pretty similar to Rebirth. There's a little bit of difference. So in this one,
you have said Rebirth, who just won Kennerspiel des Jahres here in
certainly
Germany,
did.
because it just turned into a German version, and you said Babylonia is like that, but with more stuff. And what we like is
I
that
don't
Rebirth
know if it
is a little bit more.
I don't know if it is with more stuff. Now I went back just to refamiliarize myself with some games, and I was like, it's just, I don't know if you need to own both. Owning Babylonia and owning Rebirth and owning another one of many, it's just...
Some
well,
would
Babylonia,
say you only need one Reiner Knizia game.
that would be ridiculous. I would buy Rebirth if it was for a good price. So what's happening in Babylonia is you've got like a little rack of tiles. You've got 5 tiles to choose from, and you're placing them out onto the board. You want to surround ziggurats to get points. You want to connect to a city. If you connect to a city, you get a point. Then if you connect to the city again, you get a point. But if you connect to a second city, now you get 2 points because you're connected to 2 cities. That type of stuff. And it's all about placing a tile, scoring as many points as you can in that moment, and drawing some more tiles. The cool thing is there are some special cards, some special abilities you can get, which give you like I won't go as far as to say asymmetrical power, but it does some. It's just good. I like it. It's just got some great. Everything's a great decision without it all being too heavy. It's very similar. It really shares some aspects with the game that we'll be talking about later, but it's brilliant. I just really enjoy it.
A great table presence, right?
No. This is No. That's a different game called Babylonia, I think, or Babylon. That's a different game. This is very much a big board of hexes, and you're placing your. It looks like the board to Rebirth, but rebrand that to Ancient Babylonia. Essentially, it's exactly the same. So, and it's very similar actually, because there's ziggurat castle kind of pieces, and it's very Reiner Knizia, but it's just a lot of fun. I really like it. It's just, if I'd played Rebirth first, maybe I'd be like, I don't need to own Babylonia. But because I own Babylonia, I don't think I need to own Rebirth. But
Sure.
I certainly might get it. I certainly might get it.
When did the game come out? Do you know?
Oh, 3 or 4 years ago,
Really?
5 years
That
ago,
close to
max.
each other.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
So how do publishers think then? Reiner Knizia just hands them a game, or do they go to him and say, "Hey, we want something. We really
I don't know.
for Rebirth.
I don't know.
We really like Babylonia. Could you reskin it?"
Well,
and
the thing
make
is
it
though,
about
it's
Scotland?
like, the thing is though, either me or you could now go and me and you could go away and design a game in the style of Rebirth and Babylonia and that type of stuff, right? And I think we could probably come up with something pretty fun. But Knizia just did it first and got there and did it. And I'm like, he has every right to remake this style of game as many times as possible, because they are great. They are all fun. I just don't think you need to own all of them, but they are brilliant. And there's a better one coming up so soon, Dave. You're going to have your mind blown.
Okay.
It's like coming up in... Yeah, there's a few. All right, so let's
I
move
thought
on
you
to
were
the
going
next
to
one.
go countdown and do 2, 1.
No, it's not quite there. My number 29, Dave, is The Crew Mission Deep Sea.
Nice. So
See, we can
Deep Sea.
We can agree.
That's number 2.
Yes, Mission Deep Sea. I think Mission Deep Sea completely gets rid of the first one, in my opinion. Quest for Planet 9. I like how so it's a trick-taking, cooperative, limited communication card game where you've got a mission and you want to you kind of like draw what you need to do. I want to win the pink 6 and the green 5, and the person next to me can't win any 8s, those types of things. And you can increase the difficulty by giving more and more missions, essentially. What I really like about the second one is the card system that gives the missions out, because other than that, it's basically the exact same game. And you can just choose a level, like I want to play a level 6 mission, and you can just spend all evening playing level 6 missions. You know what I mean? You don't have to... It's just so much more replayable. It's fantastic. The first one's brilliant as well. I'm interested in the third one, the Journey to the Center of the
I
Earth.
played the third one.
Is it?
I think
Go on.
You're gonna like that one better. So
You're kind of moving a piece across. You're moving
there's
natural.
so there's a time thing. So you need to go on a path, and how well you do or how hard you're gonna make the missions is how many steps you may proceed on the track, and the goal is to make it in 4 games.
Interesting. So can you pick how hard you go, as it were? How
yes,
hard?
you can make it a little bit harder. Yeah. So the last game, oh no, we spent too much time doing this, and now we need to really go. And what I really like is that you have like chapters. So it is like when you play The Crew, normally you would just play until everyone's done with the game, or someone is done with the game. But now you go on a track, so you need to play a couple of times, and then you can say, okay, what do we do now? Do we continue, or do we stay here? So, but the goals are now a little bit more cooperative. So usually it's you need to get the green 6, but now you would have like a goal, like the green 6 needs to be in the first trick. Or
I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a little
I'm
bit
sure
more.
I will like it. There's just no way I'm not going to enjoy it. So they're such good. I just love it because they're so replayable. You just play and play and play. There's a load of tricks. You could insert another, like the Lord of the Rings card games. Really, you could insert that if that's just. I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy, and I played The Crew first, and But yeah, they're just great. I just like trick taking, right? I just like it. I think it's fantastic. All right, number 28, Dave, is Stone Age.
Oh, I like Stone Age.
Yeah, I would say it's the 28th best game.
It's one of the first games I played, so I guess that's why it didn't make it. How do you deal... Okay, first talk about Stone Age.
Stone Age is a worker placement game where you have to... and a dice rolling game. So there is some luck in it, and you can get screwed. But it's light-hearted fun, in my opinion. You can go and get resources, and the more people you allocate to the resources, the more resources you get. Better resources have a lower odds of getting them because you roll dice, essentially, and it's great. You go get food. You have to get huts where you spend the resources you've got in certain combinations to get points, and you can go and set collect by getting a bunch of cards which also have bonus ways to score points, because you can do things like get more people. One of the actions is get more people, and if you can also get 2 or 3 of the cards that have the score bonus points for having more people, and I like that type of thing. I can't say I've played with quite a few of the different expansions that are available, because they're on. I mean, I own the game, but I played it a lot more on Board Game Arena than in real life. And there's lots of really great little mini expansions, and I like the mini expansions to it more than the big jewelry expansion. There's like a wild animals expansion and stuff like that, and extra huts. I think those are better than the actual big expansion. I don't really care for the jewelry aspect of that, but it's brilliant. It's not a heavy game, but it's just fun. It's mean. It is. You'll score 300 points at the end of it. And I think there's enough dice rolling that happens in the game that any super bad luck kind of evens itself out across the course of the whole game. But
I can understand.
But there is the option, there is the chance that your bad die roll did affect you a lot more than my bad die roll affected me, in the sense of I needed that card for my set collection, and now that was like a massive like 20-point swing because you got it. So there is that. So I would say no that going in, but I think as a family weight game, but I don't play it with a family, I play it with other adults. I just really love it. I just think I don't know, it's just never a bad time for me when I play Stone Age. I like it a lot.
Stone Age was one of the first games that made me say and use the word that we named the podcast after. This game is broken.
Okay. Interesting. What was broken about it? I would love to know the strategy.
The strategy is just make people and don't feed them, because in the beginning you just keep making people, send them to the love hut, as we call it. And so there's no downside. Well, you lose resources, but if you don't care about resources, if you just make more people, then in the end, you have 10 people, and then you get to do the cool stuff that you really want.
I don't know if that's a guaranteed winning strategy, because there is a negative to being able to feed people. You do start losing resources,
because
which
you just lose resources. But if you don't have the resources, you don't care.
Yeah, but if you can't win a game of Stone Age just by having 10 meeple the first.
Well, and then you have 10 meeples, and then you go out and you do all the things.
I appreciate it, but it will take... So you're saying the first 5 rounds don't do anything other than get more people?
Well, you only do the things that give you an immediate result of the things that you're doing.
So if you just don't worry about it as much. My tactic is always to get as much agriculture as possible, so I don't have to worry about feeding my people.
Yeah.
But and I like agriculture timesing the 10 times 4, like getting 40 points for agriculture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't consider it broken, but we'll play it at some point.
What we do is when we play that, if you don't have food, they will start to cannibalize each other. So you would lose people because you can't.
Oh, that's an interesting. Yeah, I like that.
That was just a brutal way of saying we see this strategy, and it might be valid in the real game because you're following the rules.
Yeah.
But it's if there's no food, well, then you start eating each other. So.
Yeah, I like that. It's just I've never not in any game I've ever played of Stone Age, I've never not been able to feed everyone. every time. I've
Yeah.
never not done it because I always make sure I can do it. Anyway, it's great. If you've never played Stone Age, do try it. I think it's just just a rare old time. But I would argue it is not as good as the next game, I totally agree, which is Chinatown.
Oh.
Chinatown. So Chinatown, at one point, was like for the longest time, I said it was my number one favorite game, and I think I haven't played it in a very, very long time, and I would love to play it again and see how high it gets. I think it would bounce back up higher, like if I played it again. But essentially, in Chinatown, it's a bit. So what's happening is you are making different shopping areas and scoring points and getting money for them. The most money is the winner. At the start of the game, you're going to have a hand of cards, which are going to be locations on the board. There's like 6 different districts, and they've all got a location on there. B5, whatever. Is it like that, or it's just 1 to 64? Maybe it's just numbers. And you obviously want to try to get numbers next to each other so you can build bigger shops. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to get some shops that you're going to have, and then you can start populating the board with the shops that you have spaces. So you want spaces close together, and you want shops that are the same, because the tropical fish shop, you want 4 of them, and that's going to be a complete business, which is going to pay you even more at the end of the round. If it's an incomplete business, it'll pay you less. So you really want these locations on the board. In the first round, it doesn't really impact too much. Everyone kind of gets about the same. But in the second round, and it's like, now I've got 3 things next to each other, and now I want this, and I want to get a tea room. It starts to really be, and you want like a really big photograph shop or whatever the shops are called. The crux of all this, the game wouldn't work if it was only what I described. The crux is, there's a negotiation phase. In the negotiation phase, absolutely everything in the game is up for debate. You can buy people's locations. You can swap a location for money. You can swap shops. I can give you my whole tropical fish shop if you give me this one buffet tile and 100 grand. Anything is up for grabs. So you go, okay, I really need this spot. What am I willing to give up to get this spot? It's the negotiation that makes this fantastic. The only problem with this game, which I do recognise as a problem, I do recognise people might find it a problem, I don't, is that you could sit there with a calculator and make sure that every single deal you do was exactly correct. Okay, so I won't give you this tile and this spot because I know that if you have this spot, you'll put this tile down, which will give you $60,000 at the end of the round, and I'll only get $70,000. But I will do this if you give me 30. And it's like, okay, cool. You've just eaten the soul of this game away completely. It's more fun if you wheel and deal and a bit more raucous with it. I'd love to see like a mini expansion that kind of, not that would happen, it's an old game at this point, but some kind of mini expansion that adds in a level of secrecy to some of the points and the money and the score. We're both sweating so badly.
It is very hot here. Yeah, it is.
It's awful, but it's great. I love it. I play it 3-player mostly. I think 5 players a bit long, but 3-player Chinatown with people who are just there to wheel and deal and stuff and get very angry. It's great. I love it. It's just a brilliant game. And I met the designer once, and he was lovely. Is that your type of thing?
I don't think a negotiation game. I mean, I think I would be able to bamboozle people, and then they would be. So the first game I would do great, and then the second game was wait a second.
Yeah, I think I could see that happening. Yeah, for sure.
And then the second game is like, oh no, I'm just not trading with you.
In fact, I think the way, I can't remember if this is the way. I think the way to solve this mathematical problem out of like making it really is to just give the negotiation a hard time limit. It's like, you've got 90 seconds and you need to make all the deals need to be done in 90 seconds, Make it a bit more like Pit, those kind of like old negotiation games.
Do it really fast, and then you're stuck with whatever.
And at the end of it, you go, "Oh no, I made this is a terrible deal." I think, and I think there might be something in Chinatown where you can say, "Okay, we're gonna bring the negotiation to end." I can't remember now, but I love it. It's just a very nostalgic game for me as well. It's fantastic. All right, Dave. The next game is number 26, and it's one of those kind of the series of games I'm going to put in here, and it's Sagrada. I love Sagrada.
Yeah.
I'm including Sagrada Artisans in this as well as Sagrada Artisans and Sagrada. Sagrada Artisans is an incredible one-time legacy game. So if you have even just one other person to play through the whole thing, I highly recommend doing it. I thought it was fantastic, but I'm not going to go back and play Sagrada Artisans now. It was just an incredible experience.
Yeah.
But the base game Sagrada and the new base game Sagrada, which I'm slightly against them. There's a new base game. There's a new base game and a new expansion, and there's no reason other than more money not to just put the new expansion in the new base game.
There's a real physical reason why that happened, because the real Sagrada got an update.
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
So
it's finally finished. Every time I've ever seen it, it's got. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So Sagrada is a. I know. Sagrada is a abstract strategy dice placement game where you can't put the same numbers next to each other and you can't put the same colors next to each other. Diagonals don't count. Diagonals fine. Important rule. And you're using tools and to manipulate dice that you draft. It's a dice drafting game, and it does a snake draft or whatever, and it's fantastic. And it's devious, and it's punishing, and it's not punishing. It's like it's not that common to actually be able to finish your whole thing, because sometimes in the last round the dice color you need doesn't come up at all, and that's just the way it goes. So, but it's brilliant, and there's lots of like different scoring goals to go for. I'm going to score a personal goal, and then there's like going to be a line of different goals out, and it's one of the only games I own basically everything for. I own.
Oh wow!
I think all the expansions that have ever come out for it, I own all of them. The 5 to 6 player expansion, Glory. There's 2 others. They've got like their little.
Ours is called Passion. We own
Passion. There's Passion, Glory, and another one that they all add like a new mechanism, a new dice. And some of them are better than others, but they're all good, I think. They've all got aspects of good stuff. I think the 5 to 6 player expansion is the one you probably don't need if you're not going to play to 5 to 6 players. Because there is a bit of extra stuff in there as well. But it's brilliant. And I just love it.
Probably more dice, just to randomize.
Yes,
colors.
Of course. Yes, there's more dice. But I just think it's fantastic.
Which is already a problem if you play 3 player, like, oh no, specific colors just not coming out.
Yeah. Well, I think, do you manipulate the dice bag for different amounts of people? I can't remember.
Oh, maybe we did that wrong.
No, I don't know. Because it's like, great, 8. There's 8 green dice out.
Yeah, and 4 yellows, and I needed to collect yellow, so.
Yeah, it's brilliant though. It's so good. I love it. It's just an evergreen title for me. It's one that always just feels good.
Yeah.
And I've been around one person and heard of another person who have been brought to angry tears over this game because of not catching all the rules.
Oh.
But it's still great. Numerous members of TGIB, old and new, have had terrible times with Sagrada. But I know that they all like it as well, though.
Well, if you never played a game where someone cried, you are not playing hard enough.
That's true. I don't know if I've ever played a game where someone's cried. And if someone was going to cry during a game, I probably would personally... Oh, maybe I'm being mean, but I'd probably seek to not... I'd be like, don't do that again. Don't cry during the game. You made everyone feel terrible. What are you doing?
That's true.
You made everyone... I know that you had a bad time, but now everyone had a bad time, and we all feel awkward about it because you cried for some reason. Hold it together, man. All
I
right.
once did an improv show where we asked about something nice that you did that day. And then someone started talking. Oh, yeah, I did something great today. So tell us about it. And then his girlfriend started crying without stopping. It's like, but we asked for something nice. What happened?
It's okay that he did something nice and you weren't there.
Different topic. But it's so interesting how that. Never mind. This was off topic. Totally.
No, it's fascinating, isn't it? It's fascinating.
Yeah.
All right. Number 25, Dave. The reason this isn't number 25, this next game, is because I didn't know where to put it. This next game is World Order, right?
Oh yeah, you played this once, and you will never play it again.
I would like to play it again. When will I ever get the chance to? So I put it at 25, which is my way of saying this could be number 50, it could be number 1. I don't know, so I just thought I'm going to put this at 25. I thought when I played it, it was absolutely fantastic. I had a great time. It is long. We were all learning the game when we played it, which made it longer. And I'm one of those people who say everyone should try to learn the game before we get there. But I know that that's not that realistic. But I would only play World Order with people who knew how to play it, I think, because I don't want to have to explain it. Because it's going to take at least 3 hours to play with 4 people. If you not including teaching the game, which takes an hour.
Yeah.
It's a bigger game.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's not necessarily people who love hegemony are going to love World Order, because hegemony is definitely more, I do think, more thematic and more, this policy for the working class, and you can kind of almost get behind your character in hegemony. I don't feel like I'm the Chinese in World Order. You know what I mean? I've got more tanks. That's it. That's what makes me the Chinese. I don't feel like I'm the EU. But in hegemony, you're like, I'm the the working class. I feel like that's not the same there. But and essentially it's largely an area majority game on the board, which is just cubes. And you're trying to get the majorities for points, and you want to get there at the certain points and on these tracks. There's a lot going on. You've got a handful of cards is the way you're dealing with things, and the cards can be used for a couple different things. And you can deck build. It is a deck builder because you do get new cards.
First thing you've said until now that made me interested in this because the cubes and the theme board.
Well, I do think you'd enjoy playing this game because mechanically it is just once you know how it works, and it's like I'm going to build some tanks, and you're like, don't do that, because I know I have to build some tanks. It's like, yeah, I'm going to build another tank, and everyone's got like a special power, that type of stuff, and everyone's got like a veto card, not like a special wild card, so you could always technically at least one time do the thing you need to do. But you're getting cards which do better things, and you can get alliances with different countries to get resources and money, and you've got different zones of this time I'm going to be doing a military action focused strategy for this round, or that sort. Loads going on. I watched the Paul Grogan gaming rules video for this, and I just watched the whole it was like 3 hours long. I watched the whole thing because it was just I was engrossed in what was going on, and I think that speaks to the game.
Yeah,
and
to Paul Grogan's videos.
I'm a big fan of Paul Grogan. He's a great guy. Sometimes you go, there's a huge game that I need to learn this evening. Well, it's like I'm not reading the rule book, so that's good.
That's true.
But it's just I love it. I do really love it, but if I never get a chance to play it, I was going to buy it. I was like, I don't think I'm going to buy it because
then
when am I ever
you
gonna...
are in charge of teaching everyone that you're going to play it with.
This is a game that I would probably play at a convention, probably, if I played it again, and I would ask everyone to learn the game before we did it. Yeah. Right, frankly. Yeah. Because it's going to, like I say, it's going to take 3 hours, I think, probably to play. And I was like, I don't want that to mean it's going to take 5 hours, because there isn't 5 hours of fun in the box, I don't think.
That's true.
And some people say the expansions help with other bits and pieces, but the base game seemed fine to me. but maybe if I played it a bunch, but I'm not going to play it a bunch. Let's be honest, I'll never get the chance. But I really liked it. It's one to check out. It's made me interested in playing Hegemony, which I've never actually played.
Yeah.
And
me neither.
I was never interested in it at all because I was like, class war is just a daily thing in the UK. I don't need to play a board game about class war. I'm working class already. I don't need to also be punished. I don't need taxes to go up in the game. You know what I mean? But now I'm like, oh, maybe I should try Hegemony and stuff. So yeah, I thought it was really good. That's 25.
Wow. Okay, interesting. I have hardly any opinions on what you say because I'm not familiar with these games. I wish I could tell you off more, but
you played Stone Age and the Crew. We've done 2 that you played. That's not bad.
True.
I'm looking through. You have played a couple of the ones coming up, I feel like. You haven't played this next game, though, which is a Reiner Knizia tile placement game called Chin.
Yep. That's
so
true.
Chin, I was going to get the board out. It's just right there. Oh, it's such a great game. Okay, so Chin is or Kin. I'm not sure now because I always thought, well, actually, it's pronounced Chin because I was like, I looked it up once and I wanted to be the one who knew. But then I watched an anime called Kingdom, and it's all about this literal period of Chinese history, the warring states, and they're all calling it Kin. So I'm like, I don't know what to believe now. Anyway, regardless of all that, it's a very simple game. Some people,
the astrological clock, Orloi.
Orloi, yeah.
That's everyone saying. You pronounce it Orloi. I'm pretty sure it's like the French horloge. And now everyone's like, no, because they said so. It's like you're pronouncing it wrong. It's like, I don't think I am.
I don't think we could go. Let's just go there and find out.
That's true.
Next stop is got your ear out. So what we're doing is in Chin. I think this works great as a 2-player game. You can play it 3-player or 4-player. I think it works really good as a 2-player game. It's a game where you're trying to get rid of all your little huts, essentially little towers, you could call them, little plastic pieces. You've got a board. There's going to be some villages on the board. There's going to be a couple water spaces. It's all squares. It's based in squares. It's a square grid. And there's a few starting spaces. You place a tile out. They're like domino-shaped tiles. They're bigger than dominoes. And they're going to have one of 3 colours on, blue, yellow, or red. They might be a double blue. It could be a double yellow. It could be a red and a yellow. Who knows? You've got a couple to choose from. You place a thing out. If you build an area that's 3 red, you get to put your piece out. Brilliant. You're 1 piece closer to winning the game. If someone connects a 4 red next to your 3 red, well, unlucky, their bigger red area means connects to your smaller red area, which means you get your piece back and they get to put a piece down. And because it's bigger than 5, they get to put 2 pieces down, which means it's now theirs forever. That's kind of like how the game kind of works. It's getting rid of your pieces in the best way possible. If you connect to these villages around the board, you get to put another piece out because you connected to a village, and you maintain power control over the village until someone connects a larger area of any color next to that village. It's very simple. It's a very quick, simple game, but it's got brilliant strategy. There used to be an app. There used to be a lot of Reiner Knizia apps, and then they all disappeared for some reason. I think a suing spree must have happened. So I used to play this. I played hundreds of games of this on my phone, and I was like a master. And I hunted down for months this extra board, the Dragon and Lion board or something. I can't remember what it is. It's in the box now. It's like extra board and stuff because I'm a Chin expert. But I really like it. It's very simple, streamlined. It's basically an abstract strategy game, frankly. But it's great. It's great fun. Not going to probably blow anyone's mind, but it blew my mind. I love it. I think it's fantastic. This is my problem, right? I do these lists, and I say what games I like, and everyone's like, really? I like it, Dave. It's great.
Okay, here I go.
People talk to me as though you need to play more games.
What if you just love to eat at McDonald's? You just love it. You just go there every day to eat different types of McDonald's food. And yes, I am describing McDonald's, but I mean Reiner Knizia. You just love it.
I just love it.
You're
It's true.
mostly eating that. So logically, what would you like to eat? The top 50. There's gonna be a lot of McDonald's games on that.
I just Knizia does what I like in games, which is it's really simple, but it's like this is a simple game to explain. There's barely any rules, but on your turn you can do one of three things, and you want to do all three of them. That's what I just really like, and I just think it's just great. There hasn't been that many Knizia games, but the next game, Dave, is number 23, which is Null und Nichtig.
Null und Nichtig, yeah, the German card game, right?
I think I pronounced it correctly. We don't need to go into that. But Null and Void is what the game is called.
Yeah.
Null and Nichtig. Out of print, possibly getting a reprint. Someone maybe mentioned like 2 years ago to me that was maybe happening. Who knows? It's by is it Andres? It's the guy who did Orléans, I think. Another game I attempted to pronounce.
Yeah.
So in this game, it's a trick-taking card game. You played it. I played it with you, I'm sure. Where just the high card wins. It doesn't matter what color you play. You just want to play the high card to win the trick. And there's some rules for if two of the same number come out, it's the first, but whatever, all that type of stuff. But essentially, you're going to have some cards in front of you to start the game. You put 3 of your cards in front of you. Normally, you put your low cards in front of you. But you also want to keep your low cards. There's more zeros in the deck than anything else, which is interesting. When you win a trick, you get to take all of the cards from that trick in the order that they were played into your tableau of the 5 different color cards. So there's a green 7, a blue 5, a yellow 3, a red 6, and I played the orange 9. I won the trick. I grab all those cards. And in that order, I add them to my piles of my different colors. So I've got 5 piles. At the end of the game, your score is the number on top of your pile. So if I've got a 7 and a 5 and a 4 and an 8 and a 0, add those up, that's my score. There's more zeros, as I said, in the game, because the whole thing you're trying to do in this game is screw people over as much as you possibly can.
They want
if
a
Dave's
trick
got
with
a
9, yeah.
If Dave's got a 9 yellow, you better believe I'm not letting him win a trick at all that doesn't have a 0 yellow in it. Because that will take his points down so far. And at the end of the game, yeah, the points are always kind of... You can score nothing. You can score really low. You can get absolutely tanked in a round. But scores aren't going to be wildly varied. There's going to be 20, 30, 40 points kind of range. But it's just so fun. It's a light-hearted trick-taking card game. There's not that much to it. But the actual activity of just screwing everyone over is so much fun. It's just a great little card game. I just love it. I think it's so fun.
Yeah, I don't think this should be as high as it is right now, but I do understand. But there's something to be said for any game that is just easy to play, and you just sit around and you just play it, and then fun with.
You're not wrong in the sense that I could have put Hat Trick, the card game, trick-taking card game, where I could have put, which is where you've got multiple tricks going on at the same time. I could have put Sarcophagus, which is a trick-taking card game where you're trying to screw everyone out of points the whole time. Yeah. It's like, now the low card's going to win. But I just love Null and Nichtig, but I just love little card games. What I've realised about my taste in games, I love card games that you can just hang out and play with your friends. Yeah. Without thinking too much, and it's fun, but it's engaging, but it's fun. And I like light to medium weight Euros. That's what I like, because I'm there to hang out. Yeah. And World Order. And also my next game, Yellow and Yangtze by Knizia at 22.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, look, I'm sorry. This is the sequel to Tigris and Euphrates. Having it on my list isn't at a high number, isn't wild. It was the number 1 game of all time for years.
Okay. I played it. I will never play this again. I was very
What?
annoyed with the game.
How are you? Why are you annoyed at the game? Let me explain the game.
I don't like the feeling of, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't like that in a game. It's like, oh, if you do that, oh, you take the majority and oh, no, please don't do that.
Oh, I definitely play games of this where I'm like, I'm angry, actually.
Yeah.
I played games of this where I go, oh, actually, I'm annoyed now. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm kind of annoyed because you are winning. This is one of the only games I've played. This is one of the only games I've played where multiple times there's been, I can't win this, and we're 45 minutes in, let's call it.
Yep.
That's definitely happened. Where it's gone, okay, there's no coming back. I've just got screwed on 3 battles in a row. You're accumulating points so more than I am. I can't win. Like a chess game gone wrong. It's like, okay, you win. I'm calling it. This isn't going to be close.
Throw
But
over your
I
team.
think that's a drawback of playing this at 2.
Yeah, I
At 2
can see that.
players.
Yeah, in
Anyway,
a
so
three-player
what you do-
game, it kind of mitigates it. You take away, you attack the one who's clearly ahead.
Or in a 4-player game, multiple people can attack the leader. In a
Yeah.
2-player game, the winner just attacks the loser the whole time. Yeah, I totally see that. Anyway, in this game, what you're doing is you're building areas on a board. You're trying to have the most connections to the central your leaders to get points. You want blue, green, black, and red points. This Tigris and Euphrates is different to Yellow and Yangtze, which is the one I prefer because there's a bit more lenient. Yes, it's hexes now. It's like My Island all over again, but there's a bit more leniency. There's more wild stuff going on in the game. Is in wild tokens and everything, I think, and I just like it better. I think aesthetically it's much better as well. It's a classic. It's fantastic. I love it. There's an app. It's on Board Game Arena. It's great. I like it a lot. But yeah, this is one that could definitely slide down the list, I think, a little bit. But I do love it. Maybe this is here because it's just such a classic and I couldn't put it... I felt bad putting it lower on my list. But do I like Chin more than this? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I do. Who knows? If I do this
think
again...
The reason I'm also a bit annoyed is that you have played so many games that I have not played, that I'm going like a defense mode. That clearly cannot be a good game because I don't like it that much, or I have not.
I like
played
it so little I've never even touched the game. Right? Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
see what you're. It's like I don't. It can't be good. I've never even been in the same room as this game. You know what I mean? Like I get that.
So I do appreciate. I mean, you bringing it up definitely puts it more on my radar. In this case, I have played the game and I just did not really like it. But I don't know. And hearing more Reiner Knizia is like, yeah, we know it. You like.
The thing is, it's like someone if you asked like. If you said, "Hey, what are your top 10 favorite songs?" and it's like, okay, here's
this from Jason
5.
Mraz. Oh, the other song from Jason Mraz.
Here's for me, I'd be like, well, here's 2 Tom Waits songs,
Yeah.
3 Fleetwood Mac songs, you know, and it's just like, oh, okay, it's like they're my favorite songs. I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly. No, it's totally legit. I'm wondering where this. Not anger, but why am I just like, oh, come on, bring me a real game.
Bring you a real game.
Yeah.
There aren't. Do you know what? There's 1, 2, 3 more Knizia games on my list, and 20 games to go. So it's not like it's just all Knizia. All right. So my number 21, the final one for this, is Dice Miner. Have you played it?
Yes, I enjoyed it. A friend of ours had it, and when we were spending the night at their house, and I secretly took the game, taught it to Ilka and Bo, and we had a great time with it. It's a fun game.
I like it a lot. It's just fun, light-hearted, dice rolling, points multiplying kind of game. You've got this little mine of dice,
Pyramid.
which technically is a pyramid, but it's a mine, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
it's technically, but you do dig down in it. I get it.
You can only dig on the sides that
Yes,
it's open.
You can only take the top die or open sides. Like the die has to be visible by 2 sides to be taken.
Yeah.
And you want to take money to get money. You want to take magic points to get magic points and to re-roll. You want to take shields to protect from dragons, and you actually score points for dragons. And you want to get axes to protect from cave-ins that definitely look like meteorites. But you actually, it doesn't just protect you. You start, instead of being negative, you get points and that type of thing. And the fun thing is that you draft all these dice, you roll them, you get a bunch of stuff. And then you keep all the dice that you've taken in the previous round, because the next round, you now have double the amount of dice that you get to roll and do loads of stuff. One major way to get points is to get runs of dice. I want a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. And if I have all of those, that's going to be 15 points. And it's so you want to get as many sets of those as you can. There are different strategies. You have special powers, which just give you a little bit of an extra bit to do. There are different strategies. Where my brother won this the last time I played. He just was like, I'm getting every bad hazard dice, every single one I'm taking. And he was just scoring so many points for these hazards. I was like, all right, I've got a 1, 2, and a 3, and I got a 1, a 2, and a 5. Great. And you've got 38 points of hazards. You just got so many points. But it's great.
Yeah, it's a great
It's
game.
lighthearted,
Yeah,
it's fun.
I enjoy
Yeah.
it. It's a light game on the light side, and it's good fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just a light, silly, fun dice rolling game that I just have always enjoyed, and I never have a bad time playing. That's it. That's it
am
for this
on board
episode,
with
Dave.
that. I mean, 21. But yeah.
Where was Magical Athlete on your list? What was it, Hot Streak?
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's
I'll sell
barely
it.
a game.
It's barely, but it's an experience.
Oh, yeah.
But also, you have to think of when you play a game with me, I will not always bring you Great Western Trail or...
Thank God, because I won't
No,
play
exactly. So
I know.
just know sometimes it's Magical Athlete. So you
never know what
I
you're gonna
need to
get.
keep
You never
you
know.
interested.
Yeah, well, we played Revive. Recall
Yeah.
is the new one. That was a fun game. That's a great game.
Yeah.
Didn't make my list, but I've only played it once.
Yeah.
All right, that's everything. If you want
This
to know
is,
any more,
I understand where you're coming from. I
closing.
should be more
I'm closing.
open-minded. So note to self, give Matthew a chance. And I appreciate it, you making this
Here's the
list.
thing.
And,
here's the thing. I like all these games, obviously. I am not telling even you that you will like all these games.
no,
right?
That's true.
Anyone watching, it's like watching this list. Anyone watching this, I like these. I am not saying you will like them. I like them, but I don't know you.
It's
so
a great
you
caveat
might go
for this whole list. But
It's true
that's
though,
why
right?
it says Matthew, Jude.
There's so many other games as well that I've been looking around and just looking at my games and going, man. And we said this last time. Isle of Skye didn't make the list, and now I'm thinking, oh man, I love Isle of Skye. Yeah. And Shakespeare is on the list, and Rococo, Shakespeare, Rococo, Isle of Skye, The Downfall of Pompeii. All these games. There's so many great games that I feel could have just been on the list. That I just chose different ones this time. Really,
I love it how people are like, oh, I am with you on board on so many of the games you hate, that I'm so interested in what you actually like that I might need to check those out. So I think that's good.
That's true.
And everyone has a different taste in games, and this is where we find out how different that is. Thank you so much for sharing these with us. In a couple of days, we will see your next top 10, and I hope I am able to learn from the feelings I get when listening.
Oh, there's some great games coming up, Dave. Some hits.
Remember to let us into your heart. Top 50 of all times. The games get better, 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 better.